The Ripple Effect of Kindness, Clara's Inspiring Journey. Welcome to Life Tells Stories, the channel where real-life moments inspire and transform us. Today, we're sharing a remarkable journey about kindness, resilience, and the power of paying it forward. This is the story of Clara Jennings, a waitress whose single act of compassion sparked a chain of events that changed her life forever. Imagine being faced with a moment where someone else's need outweighs your own struggles. Would you rise to the occasion, even if it came at a cost? Clara didn't hesitate, and her decision led to something extraordinary. Stick around to hear every incredible twist and turn of her journey. If this story moves you, please like this video, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Life Tells Stories for more inspiring tales. Together, let's keep spreading the ripple of kindness. Clara Jennings, a 26-year-old waitress, worked long, grueling hours at Willow's Bistro, a cozy diner in the small town of Maple Grove. Life hadn't been easy for Clara. She lived in a modest apartment with peeling wallpaper and drafty windows, barely managing to pay rent every month. Her dream of becoming a nurse felt like a distant mirage, unreachable amidst her daily struggles. Despite it all, Clara believed in the power of kindness. It was a lesson instilled in her by her mother, who had worked 2 jobs to support her after Clara's father left. Growing up, Clara watched her mother give to others, even when they had little themselves. That value of compassion became Clara's guiding principle, even in her toughest times. One chilly Wednesday evening, Clara was midway through her shift when a woman and her 2 children entered the diner. The woman, Sophia Green, looked tired but wore a warm smile. Her children's eyes sparkled as they scanned the menu, pointing excitedly to burgers and fries. Clara greeted them with her usual warmth, showing them to a booth by the window. As Clara took their order, she couldn't help but notice Sophia's hesitation. Sophia ordered 2 kids' meals for her children and just a coffee for herself. It was clear she was prioritizing her kids' happiness over her own hunger. Clara's heart ached as she was reminded of her own childhood when her mother had made similar sacrifices. Determined to make their experience special, Clara brought the children extra ketchup and crayons to draw with, free of charge. As the family finished their meal, the atmosphere shifted. Clara overheard Sophia whispering nervously to her oldest child. Her card had been declined. Sophia's face flushed with embarrassment as she scrambled for a solution. Clara could feel the tension and decided to act. "It's okay," Clara said gently, stepping in. "This one's on me." At first, Sophia protested. She insisted she couldn't accept such a generous gesture. But Clara's reassuring smile and calm demeanor convinced her otherwise. Sophia's eyes filled with tears as she thanked Clara profusely, promising to pay it forward. The children, unaware of the tension moments earlier, beamed with happiness as they left the diner. Walking home that night, Clara couldn't shake the mixture of emotions swirling inside her. She had just spent $40 she couldn't really afford. Rent was due in a few days, and she was already short. But the memory of Sophia's gratitude and the children's laughter reassured her that she'd done the right thing. Kindness, Clara believed, was always worth it, even if it came at a personal cost. A few days later, as the diner bustled on a Saturday evening, Clara noticed someone familiar walk in. It was Sophia, but this time she looked different. Gone was the tired mother Clara had met just days before. Sophia now radiated confidence, dressed in a tailored blazer and carrying a sleek leather briefcase. Clara approached her, wondering what had brought her back. "Hi, Clara," Sophia said warmly. "I hope I'm not interrupting your shift, but I wanted to thank you properly." Sophia handed Clara an envelope. Confused, Clara hesitated before opening it. Inside was a check, an amount that left her speechless. It was enough to cover her rent, overdue bills, and even set aside some savings for her dream of nursing school. Sophia explained that her brother, Ethan Green, owned the diner chain. When she told him about Clara's kindness, he insisted they show their gratitude. Clara was overwhelmed. She had never expected anything in return for helping Sophia. As she thanked Sophia, her voice trembling with emotion, Sophia smiled and said, "You didn't just pay for a meal. You reminded me of the kindness the world still has. My brother and I wanted to make sure you knew how much that meant." Days later, Clara's life took another unexpected turn. Ethan Green, the owner of the diner chain, visited her personally. He introduced himself and expressed his admiration for her selflessness. But Ethan didn't just stop there. He offered Clara a scholarship fund to help her pursue her dream of becoming a nurse. "This isn't charity," Ethan told her. "It's an investment in someone who deserves it." Clara was stunned. For years, she had put her dream of nursing school on hold, convinced it was out of reach. Now, thanks to an act of kindness she hadn't thought twice about, her dream was suddenly within her grasp. With renewed hope, Clara enrolled in a local nursing program. Balancing work and school was no easy feat. Her days were long, starting with shifts at the diner and ending with late-night study sessions. But Clara approached every challenge with determination. Every time she felt overwhelmed, she thought of Sophia, Ethan, and the belief they had placed in her. As Clara progressed in her studies, her natural compassion shone through. During clinical rotations, patients often commented on how deeply she cared. Her classmates admired her dedication and frequently turned to her for help. Clara was becoming the nurse she had always dreamed of being. One evening, while Clara was cleaning up after her shift, her coworker Maria noticed her studying a thick nursing textbook. "You're going to be an amazing nurse, Clara," Maria said. "The way you care for people, it's something you can't teach." Maria's words stayed with Clara as she pushed forward. Even on the toughest days, she began to see how her journey wasn't just about her own dreams, but about making a difference in the lives of others. The ripple effect of Clara's kindness continued to grow. Sophia remained a part of her life, stopping by occasionally to check on her progress. One evening, Sophia brought her youngest child to the diner to thank Clara personally. The child handed Clara a drawing with the words, "Thank you for being kind," scrawled in bright crayon colors. Clara's heart swelled with gratitude as she pinned the drawing to the wall of her apartment, a daily reminder of why she had started this journey. Years of hard work culminated in a moment of triumph as Clara graduated with honors. Her pinning ceremony was a celebration of everything she had overcome. Among the crowd were her coworkers, Sophia and Ethan, all cheering her on. As Clara hugged them after the ceremony, she thanked them for their support. Ethan smiled and said, "You did the work, Clara. You made this happen." Clara's story didn't end there. She made it her mission to pay forward the kindness she had received. She volunteered at free health clinics, mentored aspiring nurses, and treated every patient with the same compassion that had inspired her journey. Her patients often commented on how she took the time to listen, making them feel truly seen and cared for. Looking back, Clara realized that the night she paid for Sophia's meal wasn't just a simple act of kindness, it was a turning point. That one decision had transformed her life and set off a chain of events she could never have imagined. Now, let's turn it over to you. How has kindness impacted your life? Have you experienced or witnessed a moment that changed everything? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to hear how compassion has touched your life and inspired you. Clara's story reminds us that kindness is never wasted. A single act of compassion can create ripples that reach far beyond what we can see. It's proof that we all have the power to make a difference, no matter how small the gesture may seem. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. Here on Life Tells Stories, we celebrate the extraordinary power of human kindness. Until next time, take care and keep spreading the ripple of compassion.